Yeah, Arrowhead Chiefs. It's your girl, Miss Nicole. Queen of Hustle, baby. Started from the bottom, now we here. My homie at the start of his career. Let's go. Try to warn him early, hear the truth. Tune in every Sunday for the juice. Arrowhead Chief podcast, bringing all the news. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Freestyle. Out here rapping for the crew. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube.
What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? You're tuned in to the Arrowhead Chief podcast, episode 233. Hope everybody's having a good evening, afternoon, wherever you're at. We appreciate y'all tapping in on the show with us today. We got a lot of things to cover today. The hype train is building more and more for a certain football player that we're on the Chiefs that we're going to talk about. We've been talking about him for the past few shows, but we're going to talk about him again because a certain player put some more hype on him that got Chiefs Kingdom going in a frenzy. We're going to talk about ESPN article. It looks like Adam Teicher's last article because he's retired officially, where he highlighted a certain player that they're doing like these highlights on rookies that they're, supposed to be surprise players on the team this season. So we're going to talk about that certain player, and we're going to talk about expectations for Drue Tranquill this season. This might be his last season in Kansas City, so I'm pretty sure he wants to get a contract somewhere else. And I'm going to bust a wild card mall over the head with some more trivia.
Slow it down, player. Slow it down, dog.
And we're gonna talk about Aaron Rodgers in his prime versus Patrick Mahomes in his prime, because a certain former football player said they will take Aaron Rodgers over Patrick Mahomes. And we're gonna go around the league because there was a big trade. And I want to get Mar's response over that trade. Before we get into that, Mar, how are you feeling, brother?
Hey man, you know what it is, man. Always blessed and highly favored to see another day. It's Tuesday, so it's Taco Tuesday. You already know how we get down in my side of the neck of the woods on Taco Tuesday. But yeah, man, pleasure to be here. Talk Chiefs, chop it up with you, my bro. Man, hey, wherever you start, man, because I know we got a lot to talk about, man. But hey, I'm gonna let you drive, man, because some of these dudes is really starting to irritate the shit out of me, running their mouth right now in the off season. And it's too early in the summer. It's hot. I think people's brains is getting getting fried by the heat wave or something. I don't know what's going on, but cats got to chill out, man. Y'all talking way too reckless, man. This get out of control, man.
I also forgot to say we're going to talk about some Madden ratings because Madden's coming out soon. So get your opinion on some of these Madden ratings for the Chiefs. But we're going to start off right here. The hype train continues for Josh Simmons. Now, Trace Smith was on the New Heights podcast with Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce, and they got on the subject matter of Josh Simmons. Pretty much, I'm gonna paraphrase a little bit. I was going to pull the clip, but I forgot. But
it's all good.
It's all good. But Jason Kelce pretty much said that he hasn't seen this type of strength and athleticism
since
Trent Williams.
Boy, hey fam, hey, I hollered when I heard that clip. I think I don't know if I text you or not, but I was like, I said, oh.
I said, Jason, no.
Hey,
what are you doing, man? You know what they're gonna do to Chiefs Kingdom.
Hey, Chris. Hey, he said that. I said,
they're gonna be like, well, Jason Kelce said that he's the second coming of Trent Williams.
Hey, fam, I didn't even think about the aftermath of him saying that. The only thing that went through my head was like, y'all effed up. Let's get it. It's time to go. Week 1, put him in there. That's the first thing I said. I said, if we talk, all right. So here's the thing. Certain messages hit different depending on who the messenger is.
Yeah.
All right. This messenger happens to be a Hall of Fame center. knows what it takes to win a Super Bowl, knows what it takes to be elite, knows what it takes to be elite at a longevity period of time at the highest level. He's a shoe-in Hall of Famer. We know what Jason Kelce is. Like, he's so good that opposing fans of other teams who are not fans of Eagles love Jason Kelce.
Yeah, of course. He's likable.
Very likable. Oh, very likable. So when and you know, I had the fortune of meeting Jason Kelce, chop some football up with him.
Okay.
And he's straight up. He's cool. He's cool as shit. So the fact that he is saying this and of what he's seen, I couldn't help but to get excited, bro. I was ready for week one when I heard it. I was like, let's go. Because dog, when we say we've been needing this link for this dynasty to lock down left tackle and not worry about it, and then you hear something like this, and come on, man. Okay. I'm trying not to just like go all in, but it's kind of hard not to when the messenger like Jason Kelce says something like this. And the first thing I'm thinking, I'm like, well, hell, Jalen Moore, I don't know, Pimp, you got that 20 million. You better hope you can beat out Juwan. Because this ain't yours. That left tackle ain't yours.
Okay, so at first, I ain't gonna lie, I was like you. I was like, let's go. Let's put him in. But let's chill out a little bit. Trent Williams, like,
yeah, I know.
that's extreme.
That is extreme. That's highly extreme.
That is probably arguably one of the greatest offensive linemen to ever play the game. and you know, he's on the decline because he's getting older.
But still
but he's still very good. He's still a top 10, maybe even still top 5 left tackle.
I'd say top 3.
Yeah, in the NFL right now. He's just dealing with a lot of injuries right now because, you know, he's getting older. His body's breaking down a little bit. So, but to say he's now, I've heard nothing but glowing reviews. You know, I watch the KCSN network. I watch what's they called Weird Games with Nate Taylor and Seth. What's his name? Oh, forgot his name. But Seth pretty much said that he loved this tape. Nate Taylor said he loved his tape. All of the KC Laboratory guys, Matt, Ken Swanson, Craig, all of them say they love his tape. Everybody I've seen that watches film say they love his tape. His tape was amazing. You don't see a lot of flaws in his game. We've never seen enough power and athleticism like we've seen from this kid before. So, yeah. Kaiser, yes, Seth Kaiser. See, Joe, that's why I love you, man. You my dog. You always got my back.
That's good,
but yeah, and Travis had a story about I guess they had now this was kind of crazy in itself because he did do it towards it's his patella tendon injury, and they had him playing scout team defensive lineman. So that lets you know everything you need to know about how they feel about Josh Simmons' health. But he had him playing scout team defensive lineman. Now I know the pads ain't on, but still, you couldn't find where's Ethan Driscoll at? You couldn't get Ethan Driscoll out there to do it? No, we're gonna put Josh Simmons, our first round pick, at defensive lineman. So had getting Travis Kelce some looks and blocking. And he said I couldn't move, man. I couldn't move him.
He's a brick. Ouch.
As soon as he touched me, I was like, yeah. This kid is nice. You sure he can't play defensive lineman? But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens at training camp. Because now that Andy Reid and them are doing something different this year. They're not having the rookies just show up first, and the quarterbacks and special teams and the injured players. Everybody's showing up at once.
Same time.
So obviously they and Andy Reid gave it. You know, I love Andy. I love Big Red, but he is the king of looking us dead in our face and lying, lying his ass off.
I like hell.
Like, why you gotta lie, man?
You ain't got the lot, Craig. You ain't
talking about we doing it this way because we ain't got enough rookies. You ain't got enough rookies. You just had a rookie minicamp. What are you talking about? We did see that, right? You ain't got enough rookies.
I guess he forgot. I don't know.
Okay. But yeah, everybody's showing up at the same time. And real talk, when them pads come on and the first team comes out there, and Josh Simmons is out there with the first team, he's your starting left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs don't. One thing the Chiefs don't lie about is what they show you on the field. They'll tell you one thing. They'll say, "Hey, look over here. This is what it. Hey," and then meanwhile, the truth is over here in your face. So, yeah, if he's the starting left tackle when the pads come on, he's going to be. Unless some setback happens or something happens, Lord forbid.
Yes, Lord forbid. And
he will be your starting left tackle if he's in there on the first drive with Patrick Mahomes, Kingsley. Now it's going to be interesting the battle with Kingsley, maybe Caliendo. I've even hearing some things about maybe even Jalen Moore getting the left guard spot. So
I don't know what you're gonna do with him now, bro. This is crazy.
He's a luxury. I'd rather have him than not have him because you don't want to. Now you don't run into the situation you ran into last year.
Mm-hmm.
You at least got a viable backup who's used to coming in and sparing somebody who is hurt. He's used to that with Trent Williams. So we'll see how it plays out though. Because I'm still in the warehouse of. Unless they're going to trade him, they're not going to carry Jalen Moore and Jawan Taylor at the same time. And that is Jawan Taylor's job to lose. They're not paying him that much money. They would have got him off the books a long time ago.
True.
They would have just said, "Hey, we're gonna roll with Jalen Moore and the rookie on the tackles." So, personally, I think the Jawan Taylor thing, yes. Is it warranted to a certain degree? Yes. Does his penalties get on your nerves? But do I think that he gets targeted for something that a lot of right tackles do in this league?
A lot of right tackles do it. Especially Lane Johnson is the culprit, that main one.
He is the master.
He's the main one. And
he was doing it before Jawan Taylor.
Uh-huh.
Where they know how to time that snap count. And it looks like they're jumping, but they're really not.
Yeah, they're just timing the snap count. Yeah.
So it looks like he's going offsides, but he's not. And it's not just Lane Johnson and him. Yeah, I've seen a plethora of right tackles do the same move. They just time it differently. You know what I'm saying? And on camera, on the screen, it looks like they're offsides, but they're not. So I think he gets a bad. And I don't know what he did to Collinsworth. I really don't. I don't know what Taylor did. I don't.
Man, let's call a spade a spade. It was really because the Chiefs and they were in prime time. All right. If that was a noon kickoff against the Jaguars, they wouldn't even say another damn thing. But it's prime time. It's opening kickoff of the season. Detroit Lions getting highly favored and talked about. So I just thought it was just unfortunate, just perfect storm for Jawan Taylor of everything that just came together. But again, Lane Johnson, you can name a right tackle in the NFL. They do the same thing. It's crazy. So yeah, he's just getting picked on. But I'm with you. It's with Jawan Taylor. It's almost it's one of those situations where it is his job to lose, but in the NFL, that's almost I don't want to say a death sentence to your job security, but it almost puts you in a everything matters type of situation where every rep he gets in training camp matters, every rep in preseason going to matter, because now that when you get this much hype on that left side, like it puts pressure on who's going to take that right side, because now if Josh Simmons comes out and does what everybody is saying that he's capable of doing, that's his job. I don't care. That's his. All right, let's just nip it in the bud July 1st. I'm calling it right now. If he does anything when training camp opens in a couple more weeks, and he literally does everything that everybody's been saying, and he makes Jason Kelsey look like a genius by saying what he said, that's his job.
I agree.
That's his. All right. So let's just call it what it is, and it's a done deal. But that makes everything on the right side that much more amplified on that pressure when it comes to Jalen Moore and Jawan Taylor, because now there's a competition right there, and they're both fighting for that one position, both making the same kind of money. Somebody got to go. I mean, we know how the Chiefs organization work when it comes to they ain't gonna let just 20 million just sit on the bench, bro. They ain't doing that. They're not doing that. So
I think Jawan making about the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they ain't nobody gonna be sitting on the bench for no 20 million, man. But I feel what you're saying, rather have the security and just in case something happens, way better situation than it was last year. And you definitely emphasize that, and I think that's a factor that everybody needs to be talking about. Is what situation you want? Do you want the situation this year when you got multiple solutions to one problem, or do you want last year's with one problem with no solutions? So which one do you want? So
yeah, I hear you. I don't know, man, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Like I said, we're gonna see when the pads come on. We'll see who they feel like is gonna be the starting left tackle going forward. So, all right, man. So ESPN put out this article where they do surprising players in the off season that they highlight from camp and all that stuff from what they seen. And for the Chiefs, they got Brashard Smith, 7th round running back that they pick out of SMU. He's the receiver turned running back. He played in Miami for like 3 years, playing running back receiver there too, but never really a secured spot. Transferred to SMU. The coach over there says, "Hey man, why don't you just play running back for us?" He convinces him to do it. Man runs for over 1,200 yards, has like 8 to 9 touchdowns or something like that, maybe even more than that. But had a really good season, you know what I'm saying? And but he ended up, I think, because he was only a 1-year guy at the running back position, that's why he fell to the 7th round. But Adam Teicher, who just recently retired, shout out to Adam Teicher, you know what I'm saying? He's been with the beat writer on ESPN for the Chiefs for a long time. So shout out to that man, you know what I'm saying? I always felt like he was a little grumpy, but but I still have respect for you, sir, and I hope you have a great retirement. But he writes, judging from how he was utilized in the offseason practices, the Chiefs have plans for Smith, the 7th round draft pick out of SMU. Smith was a wide receiver. I said all that. And the Chiefs showcase his versatility by getting him the ball out of the backfield from slot, split out wide. Smith ran a 4.39 40 at the combine, so he will fit with a group of other fast, skilled players, including Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, and Elijah Mitchell. So he's definitely going to be a factor in the receiving game. I think he's going to be. I think the punt return job is his to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dave Tope is over there salivating to get that kid back there,
going crazy,
because I think he was one of the top special teams guys too, or return guys in the nation last year too. So he's probably a threat to run one back. You know what I'm saying, with that speed and that shiftiness. And then as a running back, I love the pick. A lot of people I know they wanted a certain type of running back, and I get it. I did too. I still will say, I'm not gonna say and lie, act like with that 5th round pick, I was thinking they was gonna get a running back there. But we'll see with Jeffrey Bossa. Maybe Jeffrey Bossa is, Willie Gay and Nick Bolton, with the IQ and the speed, sideline to sideline. Maybe we get that out of him. But with Brashard Smith, I was excited because I know what Andy Reid can do with this kid. You know what I'm saying? With some of the packages that you can do with this kid, you can have Isaiah Pacheco and Brashard Smith in the backfield at the same time.
Yeah.
You can split him out wide as a wide receiver, and he can run wide receiver routes, not just, running back routes. You know what I'm saying? Like he can run real wide receiver routes. You can put him on a linebacker. You can put him on a safety, and they're not catching this kid. And as a running back, if he gets to the second level, you're not catching.
Oh, he gone, bro.
He's hitting his head on the goalpost, or at least he's running it for 50 yards down the field. So, so I'm excited for the kid. I think that he can make a major impact, if anything, in special teams at the very least. I think he can make a major contribution to the Kansas City Chiefs this season, and maybe even the following season. He'll probably have a way more booster up role because we don't know the future of Isaiah Pacheco with the Chiefs. He might not be on the team. We definitely can say that Kareem Hunt probably won't be on the Chiefs next year. So it'll be Brashard Smith and whoever other rookie that they probably draft next year, or whatever veteran they bring in next year. You know what I'm saying? So what's your thoughts on Brashard Smith?
Hey, he was one of the names that I was excited for. And for those who aren't, familiar with the content, make sure you like, share, subscribe, because you would have known the first episode that I was officially part of the AHC crew, I was going crazy over Brashard Smith. We went over the draft, and I was like, yo, how the hell do we get this dude in the 7th? Like, you talking about Swiss Army knife? We saw it. All right, so no disrespect to Brian Westbrook, but did a lot of people know who Brian Westbrook was before Andy Reid got his hands on him? All right. What, 5-6 years later, after being with Philly and Andy Reid, Brian Westbrook was a well-known running back. All right. And he did it by not just running the ball, passing, pass protected. That's the only thing that I'm worried about with Brashard. His size, his frame. He's going to be willing to stick his nose in there. Protect that A gap with a linebacker coming through or safety coming through, protect the outside. Somebody, sneaks past a right tackle. Are you going to stick your nose in there and get dirty? Yeah. I mean, we've seen that especially with Andy Reid. He wants to see his running backs get their nose in there and protect. And if you notice, the running backs that get the most PT is the ones that pass pro. All right. So he's going to have to work on that. Obviously, I don't know his game on pass pro, but I know his game when it comes to route running. I know his game when it comes to running the football, catching the football, and running and getting past defenders. I've seen that. I've seen the highlights. I'm excited about that. But there's the but. You got a pass pro, man. This ain't ACC. This ain't no Big 12. This ain't none of that. This ain't no SMU. This ain't no Miami. You're protecting some of the best athletes in the world, and that's going to have to matter. Don't get me wrong, and we love splash plays. Give us the splash plays, make a big run, make a big catch, get some yak, get a touchdown. We love it, but it's the little things in the NFL. It's the little things that you got to do that adds up to the bigger plays, and pass pro is one of those things. If you ain't got it, I mean, y'all see what happens when Mahomes is not happy about the pass protection. Right? We're not getting the same quarterback, and that's just a fact. I don't care who you are. You could be Brady, you could be Mahomes, you could be Manning, you could be whoever. You're only as good as your pass protection. So, look, I think the guy has Rashad has a lot of potential to get us all excited in the kingdom. He can. Do I think he'll have a big role in this offense? We'll see. There's 17 games. We'll see what happens early, because if there's one thing that we do know, Andy and Patrick, they like to test people early and see what you can do. How you react. Do you stand up, and that kind of gives you the answer of how they're going to, implement you in the offense throughout the course of the season. But those first 4 weeks, I think we'll kind of have an understanding on how Brashard is what house he's living in with Andy. He's in the outhouse, or he in the master house. So we'll see.
And most rookies, running backs, they got to come. They mostly tend to have to work on their pass pro unless they just were in that type of offense where they had to do that. And a lot of colleges don't ask them to do that type of stuff. So that's just a skill that you just got to develop in the pros. And that's just more so want to. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? When pass pro is just 1-2. You know what I'm saying? No, you're not gonna be the best blocker in the world, but you can get your body up in there and block. Like Jared McKinnon wasn't the biggest dude in the world, but that
But he
dude
got in the way.
was great. He was great at blocking in the backfield.
What?
He made some key blocks.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? For Mahomes to get the ball off. There were some times where Mahomes, if Jared McKinnon wasn't in the way, he was about to get smashed.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been pretty. I'm with you.
So that's just more so 1-2. I think a lot of running backs, a lot of skill players, they don't want to get dirty, man. They don't want to be blocking and doing all that stuff, man. They want to catch the football. They want to run the football. They want to score touchdowns. That's why they're on offense, man.
True.
That's why they skill players. But they leave that to the big boys. You know what I'm saying? Put the fullback in there if you want somebody to block.
Yeah, but then I think that also kind of makes it predictable because, like, say, for instance, say Carson Steele is probably say Carson Steele is, if he's our best pass pro in the backfield, and you know that they're only using him for that, and they stick him in there. I think that starts making it predictable because you know what he's doing. So I mean, yeah, I think it works better when the whole running back room is not elite. Asking the whole running back room to be elite at pass pro is I think is a little bit of, that's so just getting away. You know, you don't have to be elite. Just getting away. Slow that that rusher down. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Just get in the way. But we'll see. Isaiah Pacheco, he's coming back. He's definitely going to be the number one guy. We'll see how they slot Kareem Hunt and Bashard and Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell is more so the wild card to me. He's like the guy that, like, either he's gonna wow us and do something and be like, we might have stole one.
Hey, well, we've seen that before. We've seen that before, and we talked about this. Shout out to DJ Diamond Diva. She brought it up, and we talk about cats who got something to prove. Hey, man, you talking about wild card? Elijah Mitchell, if he stays healthy and gets to what he was doing before some of those injuries started piling up. I'm just saying, man. Is he a lock at 1?
I think he's a lock, but I think it's a lock. But there's one of these running backs got the key to unlock it. I put it to you like that. He's a lock, but it's not. They got the combination if they need to unlock. If they can unlock it, you know what I'm saying? So,
hey, I'll put it to you this way. I think he's penciled in as number 1. But it's pencil.
Yeah,
that is not none of that is permanent marker for week 1. None of it. He's penciled in as week 1 starting, but there's a lot of, and we talked about this before. There's a lot of guys in that backfield. They got something to prove. So
I would say everybody but Kareem Hunt. Because I think Kareem Hunt is who he is right now. I think he's just happy to be here. I think where he's at in his career, yes. I think the improvement from last year to this year is going to be like minuscule to me. Like, I think Kareem Hunt is who he is. He's long in the tooth right now. He's effective. We need him in short yardage and goal line situations, definitely. But I do think that he is who he is. And I think that proving something is not so much. Isaiah Pacheco has something to prove because this is a contract year for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Elijah Mitchell has something to prove because the injuries, he's still young. And if he could have a solid season, maybe not with the Chiefs, but somewhere else, he can get paid. You know what I'm saying? He'll get a 2-year contract. I don't know, $12 million deal. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I think Brashad Smith is cool. I don't think he has a lot to prove because he's a rookie. I think that, he gets in what he fits in right now. I think next year he'll have more to prove. Like, oh, can you possibly be the guy? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
go ahead.
For me, I get what you're saying because I think with Kareem, this is pretty much it. Like what you said, you get what you get with Kareem, and I guess the only improvement or the thing that I'm saying that he has to prove is because he did something phenomenal for the Chiefs last year, literally off the couch.
He did.
I mean, we gotta get Kareem props.
I think they ran him to the ground. They did. They ran him to the ground. Them 3 games, they
ran him.
They was 20 carries, over 20
They had no
carries.
choice.
No, they didn't. They didn't. I'm just saying it was over 20 carries.
Oh, yeah.
By that 4th game, it was like,
Yeah, he was tired. Yeah, he was tired. He was ready. And for me, and I think and that's where I'm at with Kareem is like, I just think he's in such a better situation this year with the full off season. Training camp's going to be coming up, and he's not on the couch. So like, there's such a huge difference between getting off the couch using week 7, 8, 9, and 10 to get in shape, to get in football shape. I mean, that's pretty much what he's doing, getting him 20 carries a game. He was trying to get that boy back in football shape. Now, this, knowing Kareem and how we've seen his career with a full off season, I don't know. Maybe my level of expectations of play or contributions for him is going to be just a little bit higher, because I'm like, all right, well, you're not off the couch this year, so it's kind of like, that's just where I'm at with Kareem. Do I think he's going to go back to his rookie year and put up 1,200 yards? No, I'm not thinking that, Chiefs Kingdom. So don't come at me in my DMs. I'm just saying like with the competition that is organically getting built right now, and it ain't even training camp. I just think it should put everybody's awareness heightened a little bit in that running back room and say, hey man, when it's your reps, make them look good. When it's your reps, make them look good. And just kind of let the chips fall where they may. So it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be a dope training camp. I can't wait, dog.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's definitely gonna be crazy. I just can't wait for football season, dog.
No, I'm so excited for training camp. Bro, I'm just like, come on, man. Let's just get to training camp, because then we can really start seeing how this team's going to start formulated. Because for me, I just love the fact that this team has really they got it. That was such an old school draft and offseason. They got gritty attitude players, offensive line, defensive line. They gotten guys that are just gonna, play damn tough football. I think this. So I don't know about you, Chris, but I kind of feel like a lot of people felt like the Chiefs were so much of a finesse team. They didn't think that you can be like one of those gritty, tough ass teams. And they never put that with the Chiefs. And I thought that was kind of misconception, because I mean, like, look at how the Chiefs been doing for the last few years.
Yeah, they've been grinding, pound, grind, ugly football. Like, we hate it. We love the winning, but watching it is like,
because if you look at the first half of Mahomes and Andy, that is total opposite from the second half. So it's a whole different way that they've been operating. So I don't know, man. Yeah, I like that stat. 728 off the couch last year, so I don't know. He might be able to get 1K. I don't know if he getting 1K, but if he get 1K, then give us the Super Bowl.
we having a whole different conversation.
Having a whole different conversation. If you give us 1K, then that Lombardi trophy, go ahead and slide that joint on over, pimp. So it's crazy, man. But I'm just looking at how the fact that this team is literally a rough and rugged team, and they got more rugged this year, and the speed is back. So what are you going to do with a rough and rugged team with their speed options back? So
yeah, man, it's definitely going to be something to look at as far as the running back. We talked about the running back room in past episodes, but I just wanted to bring up Bashar Smith because they highlighted him, and we're going to see how the Chiefs use him this year. Definitely. So, all right, man. I don't know if you still play Madden, Mar. You know what I'm saying?
Every now and then.
Madden 26 is coming out next month. We got the college football. It starts on Monday, and then next week is officially it comes out I think Wednesday. But Madden coming out, and so the Madden ratings, they always show up, and the players care, but they act like they don't, but they do care about their Madden rating. Now
they do.
There was 2 surprises with the Chiefs. Number one, I love Travis Kelce, but they had no damn business being no damn 99.
Wait, hold up. All right, now I love Travis Kelce just like as much as you do.
He has no damn business, and I mean this all respect. I love me some Travis Kelce.
I do too, but 99?
But a 99. I don't know about that one, man. Chris Jones is a 97. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
He's slotted as the best defensive tackle in the game.
As long as he's the best defensive tackle, I'm fine.
I think Dexter Lawrence is like the second one at 96. Now here's the other discrepancy. I don't know if they're going off of stats from last year. But Patrick Mahomes is a 95, y'all.
Okay, can we swap that? Travis needs to be the 95. Mahomes needs to be the 99.
Because
we can fix
Josh Allen is a 99 this year.
Come on, bro.
Lamar Jackson is a 99 this year.
Come on, bro. Wait, hold on.
Joe Burrow
Don't say
is a 97.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So the roadblock that is in front of those three is behind those three. Oh, okay.
Because they're going off stats. Joe Burrow threw for like over 400-something yards.
I get it.
And touchdowns.
Yeah,
now, my discrepancy is not with it's not even with Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow. My discrepancy is with Josh Allen. Josh Allen threw less yards than Patrick Mahomes last year. Now, mind you, he was the MVP last year.
Yeah.
And he only threw 2 more touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes last year.
Yeah.
Now, yes, he had a better QBR and a better QB rating. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's the name had a higher efficiency, a completion percentage. Patrick Mahomes had a higher completion percentage than Josh Allen. You can equate that. They were throwing shorter passes, so the completion percentage is going to be higher. But still, come on, man.
Yeah.
You got Patrick Mahomes at a 95. The offseason for this year, if this isn't fuel to the fire for Patrick Mahomes, I don't know what else can be.
Y'all were playing my man.
From the ratings from Chris Simmons, we talked about that, making him the 4th quarterback out of the top 4 quarterbacks in this league, making him 4th going into this season.
Colin Cowherd with the shit he said.
To Colin Cowherd talking about it. To Sam Munson saying that Josh Allen is the best player in the league now over Patrick Mahomes.
Come on, man.
Not having context.
Wait.
If this isn't fuel for Patrick Mahomes, and then the Madden ratings, and then we're gonna talk about it in a minute with Big Ben and the Aaron Rodgers stuff. We're gonna talk about it in a minute. Hold on, man. I know you want to get to that. I know you've been steaming to get to that subject matter. We're gonna get there. But with all this culminating.
Oh Lord.
Saying that right.
Oh man.
If this ain't motivation for Patrick Mahomes this year, I don't know. You didn't cut your hair.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? The people are starting to say you look like a brother. I don't know why they saying that.
Nah, don't do that. Please don't put Jackson and Pat in the same sentence, bro. Don't do that, Jason.
But yeah, so I'm just saying. And I agree with you. He is the most. They want him. They've been wanting Josh. And look, I actually like Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen before he was even considered one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Because I always thought dude was a gamer. Even when he wasn't throwing the football right. You always got to do something, Joe. I'm going to ban you in the comment sections, man.
Hey, man, she was pregnant, dog. Hey, dog, you know what happens when women get. Never mind. Let's keep it moving, man. I ain't messing with Joe, dog.
Hey, hold on now, Marn. Got to stop you there. That ain't pregnant. That was bought. Those were bought.
I was trying to give it a benefit of the doubt because I don't like to speculate. So I'm just saying.
No, ain't no speculation. The facts is right in front of you, sir. Anyway, got me off track over here. This is Joe's fault.
He said the facts is right in front of you.
But yeah, having Patrick Mahomes at 95 is crazy. Creed Humphrey is a 94, which is fine. Trent McDuffie, 94, that's okay. Trey Smith 90, Isaiah Pacheco's at 84, Leo Chenal 84, Rasheed Rice 84. He probably would have been higher if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
And then Drue Tranquill is at 84. So
that's a lot of love for Drue.
I agree with that.
That's a lot of love for Drue.
I agree with that one. I was like, I don't know about that. Maybe Nick Bolton maybe a little bit higher than him.
Hell, Madden Ratings said if Drue Tranquill's at 84, me with no NFL experience, I should at least get a 67.
Yeah. As the last season, Drue, maybe if it was the year before coming into this year, yeah, Drue balled out his first year, but last year it was kind of up and down. So it was a little mid.
Man, you being nice, bro.
It was a little mid. He played better towards the end. In the playoffs, he played a lot better. Man. But
we sure could have used that Drue from 2 years ago last year.
So you ain't trying to get none of that, huh?
Nah, I ain't trying to get none of that shit. I was like, bro, what? I say, hold up.
But yeah, they got him at 84. They got him a higher rated than Nick Bolton.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's
Bolton 83. Harrison I think Harrison Buckner should be higher. He 82. I know he's a kicker and all, but damn, he should be like a 90, don't you think?
If he's the best kicker in the game. Well, because technically the other one ain't got no job. So let me chill, man. Let me chill. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, boss. I'm interested to see how he looks. Kareem Hunt at 82. Damn, they got. Hold on.
That's what I said. Hold on. That's what I said. Hold on, man. Hold on.
You got Kareem Hunt. Look, we just got you talking about Kareem. I ain't trying to talk bad about Kareem. You got Kareem Hunt over Xavier Worthy. 82. He's an 80, and Worthy's an 80. What are we doing? And Hollywood Brown. Now Hollywood Brown got hurt, but still, what are we doing, man?
Well, I'm not hurting about it. I'm not hurting about him being over Hollywood because obviously we need to see Hollywood.
Yeah, he got hurt, so I'm not mad at that. But him over Worthy?
Worthy is crazy because
Worthy should at least be an 85.
Yeah, definitely higher than the last 8 names you just named. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm just look and Chad Ochocinco, Chad Johnson. You in charge of this?
Yeah, you need to get your stuff together, bro.
Yeah. Hey, see, this what you get messing around in them adult ballets that you was messing with. It's because you over here tripping. You got caught up and messing up the whole rating system. And ever since you joined the Madden crew, the ratings just been all over the place. So I don't know what's going on with you, Ocho. Tighten up, bro. Tighten up.
You already fucked that, bro. Let me stop.
I know what you was about. No, you see, you had a me moment. You was about to say something real raggedy as hell.
I was. My bad. I didn't mean. That was wrong. I apologize, Ocho. Because I don't know your situation like that. So
hey man, but you better than me because you apologize. I just let the shit fly. I don't care.
No, I apologize. That ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the full details of their situation like that. But I just know one thing. He was at 84. He was at 84. Rice was 84.
Hey, bro. Hey. Yeah, that tracks. Hey, Johnny Walker free. And the fact that we got a moment from him, Johnny Walker free.
I'm just saying. I be seeing the IG and I be like, man.
Hey, keep it moving, bro.
Don't clip this.
Oh no, this one might get clipped. No, because it's good.
Okay, be cussing me out. Hey man. Hey boy.
Hey, but guess what? You got a chance. I saw it. Go watch that fight where Ocho got hit so hard that he tried to dap homie up. Hey man, you almost knocked me the fuck out. Good job, bro.
That's crazy.
Let me stop.
That is crazy. Yeah. All right, man. But yeah, man, these Madden ratings outside of, they're cool, but outside of probably Drue Tranquill, Patrick Mahomes rating, Travis Kelce's rating, shout out to Travis, but that's still great. 99, brother. No. And Kareem Hunt being rated over Xavier Worthy is nasty work. Speaking of which, a former NFL player.
Oh Lord.
His name is Big Ben to y'all. We all know him as another name, but we're not going to say it on this show. He made some comments on Aaron Rodgers. You know, Aaron Rodgers is the starting quarterback of Steelers, so he's trying to play it up. You know what I'm saying? He's a Steeler now, so I got to overhype him. And instead of just hyping up Aaron Rodgers, they always got to put one down to prop one up. So what does he do? He uses Patrick Mahomes to prop up Aaron Rodgers. And he says, well, I would take Aaron in his prime over Patrick now. I think Aaron Rodgers in his prime was one of the top few to ever do it. And so is Patrick at his prime. Patrick Mahomes is just entering of his prime, I think. Let me say. Obviously, everyone has their own opinion when it comes to things like this. When you're talking about two of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game, there's probably no real right answer, but it's worth taking a look at some of the numbers to see how they will really stack up. So, look, of course, Aaron Rodgers is going to have bigger stats than Patrick Mahomes at this moment. He's had a longer career. Now Aaron Rodgers is thrown for 62,952 yards. He has 503 touchdowns, 116 interceptions. Career passer rating 102, completion percentage 65.1, and he's won one Super Bowl with a Super Bowl MVP, 4-time MVP, 4 first-time All-Pros, 10 Pro Bowls. Do with that what you want.
Yeah.
Now Patrick Mahomes, like I said, he's still in his career. He hasn't had long, so he's got half of the passing yards at 32,352. Touchdowns is 245 to 74 interceptions. Completion percentage is at 66.6.
Yeah.
Career passing rating 102. Now he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion.
Say that again. Wait, hold on. Say that again.
3-time Super Bowl champion.
One more time for the deaf motherfuckers in the back.
3-time Super Bowl champion. 3-time Super Bowl MVP. Even though 2 of those might not.
Hey, sir. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, sir. No, don't do that. Right
okay,
now.
One of them. One of them. We keep it real up here. Maybe one of them.
I know, but I'm saying, like, let's not do that right now. Timing, my dog. Timing.
2-time NFL MVP in 2018 and 2020. He was an offensive player. He's a All-Pro. He's been first team twice, and then second team once. And I think he's been voted to the Pro Bowl every year.
I don't care about it.
Been in the league, but we don't care about the Pro Bowl.
Nah.
It's turned into a flag football game. But yeah. So listen, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let Mark get his stuff off. Before Patrick Mahomes was even thought of, I thought Aaron Rodgers was the best thrower of the football that I've ever seen. I thought he made football look easy.
He did.
Like he was just going out there just playing amongst kids. Like it was nothing. And he made it look so cool.
You good catch?
Like I think him and probably Peyton Manning are like the total opposites of each other. Where Peyton Manning made football look hard, like it looked difficult because all the checks and all the shit that he was calling out and all the shit he had to do. It was like, man, I don't feel like doing none of that shit. That looked tiring as a motherfucker. Like, God damn. Whereas Aaron Rodgers was just like, yep, you see the safety? Yep. Hey, touchdown. It was just like, whatever. It was just like, whatever. It was like, you just knew. And then my man Patrick Mahomes came along. See, I think that Aaron Rodgers, he's the most polished thrower of the football. Like he's very polished.
Mhm.
Even with his, his coolness, his smoothness is still polished. Well, I say Patrick Mahomes is the most polished recklessness that we've ever seen in our lives.
Organized chaos.
Because every time, the throws that you're not supposed to, they tell you not to do.
He does
He does them, and he does them to perfection.
And an elite level.
Like you ain't supposed to run to your right and throw 40 yards to cross your body, and dude's wide open. By the way,
and
it's
that's
not like he's just throwing it, like just throw it. He's actually throwing it to a spot.
And that's my home special too.
Dudes are not supposed to be. He not do a defensive lineman jump in the air and he contorts the ball in a way to where he gets it to the receiver accurately on some Matrix shit. Like,
oh, you didn't know? Patrick, the last airbender, bro.
Yeah, he must be. He's damn near, but he's Aang. Patrick Aang. That's what I'm starting calling him. To all my Avatar watchers out there, say you didn't think I watched Avatar. Yeah. You think I watched Avatar. Yeah. My man Couture the ball in the way was just like, how you do that?
Mm.
He's way more athletic than Aaron Rodgers for sure. And last week we talked about some of his moments.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The Tampa Bay game, what he did in that, the Jerry McKinnon throw, his first touchdown that he's ever thrown to Chris Conley.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all those are crazy. The left hand throw, you ain't supposed to do stuff like that, man. The no look passes,
some magical shit, bro. Magical shit.
I know it's preseason. He threw it behind the back. You ain't supposed to be doing stuff like that.
Hey, no.
Like, you not supposed to do stuff like that. And even some of the regular throws that he throws, it's just like,
wow,
man. But on top of that, his accomplishments, the stuff that he's been able to do, go to what? He's been to the AFC Championship every year that he's been in the league.
As a starter, yeah.
Every year that he's been in this league, he's been to an AFC.
That's
like,
crazy.
Really think about that. It is hard to get to the Super Bowl.
Hard as hell.
It's hard to get to an AFC. We should know as Chiefs fans, it's hard to get one AFC Championship game in there. We was just before Patrick Mahomes came along, we were just clamoring. Can we just get to the AFC Championship game?
Yeah, get there. Let's get there. Now we can't
stay away from it.
Now we can't stay away from
it. Now we expect this, and we ain't happy if we just get there.
Yeah.
Because we want the chip.
Yeah, I get that chip, baby.
Now we got a little bougie, you know what I'm saying? A little arrogant, we out of poverty. Can't imagine now, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes because I think in the most clutch moments, I think Patrick is better than Aaron Rodgers. Hey. When the pressure is on Aaron Rodgers, I think that he folds.
Hey, he got one Super Bowl.
And I used to pitch Aaron Rodgers a lot of bail in Green Bay because after that Super Bowl year, they had dismantled that defense, and his defense wasn't really the same. He really didn't have like the greatest running backs until like Aaron Jones came along. Like, he always had good wide receivers. I'm not talking about wide receivers. His wide receivers are Donald Driver, you name it, Jody Nelson, all of them. He had some good wide receivers. Yeah, Greg Jennings. He always had good wide receivers. I'm not talking about wide receivers. But
Devontae Adams.
yeah. So I'm not talking about that. I'm not even talking about Randall Cobb when he was good. Like, I'm not even talking about that. Like, he's always had good wide receivers.
Even in New York, Garrett Wilson was a damn good wide receiver. I ain't even for none of that. So
yeah, exactly. So I was always pitching now. His last probably like 4 or 5 years, I blamed him. Because he always just, you know what I'm saying? I get it. What's your name? They draft Jordan Love, and I think that messed with him a little bit.
Man, ain't nobody trying to follow that. They no. Okay, so not to cut you off, see, but here's my biggest thing with Aaron Rodgers stands that try to give that excuse. Nah, bro, you sit there and saw that they literally did the same thing with you and Brett.
I agree.
I'm not.
He's turned into Brett.
He's worse.
The very thing that he hated, he's become
and got worse. This dude is literally holding up this until he signed with Pittsburgh. They literally didn't have a quarterback situation. They had no idea. They was really about to go into training camp with damn Mason Rudolph. So this dude has literally taken his time and knowing that they wanted to have this partnership, but he's taking his sweet time to get signed. It's like, what you waiting on for? What you waiting for? Like, I don't know. I just think the older he's gotten, the more diva-esque he's gotten.
He has because he feels like he expects the red carpet rolled out for him. If you hear him, he talks about, I think my accomplishments speak to myself. And, you know, he's too cool for school. You know, that's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but I love Aaron Rodgers, but I'm at that. I'm a what have you done for me lately kind of guy.
I agree.
And
look, before you go,
yeah,
Aaron Rodgers is going to be a first ballot Hall of Fame
easily. Shooing.
He's one of probably the top as far as talent wise, and you can even say accomplishments. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game.
Yeah.
Do I think that he's the most underachieving greatest quarterback to ever play the game? Yes.
And that's saying something because he's at least got one and Dan got none. So but
I don't blame Dan for that. Dan didn't have the greatest defenses.
No, he ain't had no defense.
That's what pisses me off about not to get sidetracked.
Yeah.
But what pisses me off about the Dan Marino situation is that he could have been a Kansas City Chief.
Hey man, see.
Listen. We can get past that, baby. We got Super Bowls now. We in the present, baby. But Dan Marino could have got drafted to the Chiefs. Can you imagine those defenses with Dan Marino
instead of Todd Blackledge?
And the running games that we used to have, we would have had about 4 or 5 Super Bowls.
Hey, Todd Blackledge, the only thing famous I remember him for is him running his mouth on college football on Saturdays, dog. That's what I know him for.
Me too,
because damn sure wasn't playing the NFL.
I think he played like 4 games in the NFL. That's how bad he was, y'all.
Come on, man.
1 year wonder.
Man.
And because Dan Marino smoked a little weed, we don't want him.
Nah, you should have took Dan, man. That means he chill. He would have fed in Kansas City just fine. Come on, man. He'd have fed in Kansas City just fine. Imagine that, dog.
Y'all messed up Dan Marino's career. I blame the Chiefs. Nah, but go ahead and say what you was gonna say.
No, I'm just saying, like with Aaron Rodgers, man, it's like
I hate you.
His talent has always kind of been like that front for like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like if you really put everything in perspective, like how many times was this dude the number 1 seed in the NFC? He was especially on his way out of Green Bay. He was number 1 seed for it multiple times. And there was times I'm like, bro, what's up with you? That last game he had against Tampa Bay, Brady. That year they won the Super Bowl against us. That NFC Championship game. They had that game in control, and all of a sudden, couldn't get back on track. There's a clutch time, 4th quarter. He got wide open lane to get the first down.
Yeah. He also had other wide receivers open, but he locked in on Devontae Adams, who was triple team.
And that was one of my biggest problems I had with Aaron Rodgers. He goes and says, I don't have the weapons, I don't have this, but you lock in on one guy. Don't get me wrong. Devontae Adams is a great option to lock in on. That's fine. That's not the issue.
Now when he's triple team.
Not when the whole defense is literally smothering this guy. You got other guys wide open. You never had trust. You never had faith in it. And
I mean,
look,
listen, you know who one of those options were. We ain't gonna name his name on this podcast, but
envious.
I kind of don't blame him. I'd have been looking for Lazard. Like, where Lazard? Where's Lazard? Lazard, get open.
$11 million?
By the way, Clarence will be on the show next week, guys.
Hey, bro, I can't wait for Clarence. I thought, hey, bro, $11 million. Hey, look, I get it. Look. So Aaron Rodgers, I just think with just his talent has been such a cover, and it's been almost an excuse for everybody to give him on the underachievement part. And like you said, we keep it real here. Like, my man's been a number one seed so many times in the NFC in Green Bay, but it was LaFleur's fault. Then first it was Mike McCarthy's fault. Then it's LaFleur's fault. And I'm like, bro, what's the problem? Then you get to New York. They give you a Super Bowl caliber defense. So you ain't got to worry about the defense. The defense wasn't the problem. You got a coach fired last year. Robert Saleh, they love that dude. I got plenty of friends who are Jets fans. They love Robert Saleh. 6 weeks in.
He's going to bring that 49ers defense. I mean, it wasn't like they were bad, but they're going to be back at the top 3 in defense next year.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be back. But my thing is he still should be a head coach for the Jets. They were 2-3 when they fired him in that bye week because the offense was that stagnant. They were that cold. Couldn't move the ball.
No.
Couldn't move the football.
Because your man couldn't throw the football in cold weather. His best games, go look it up.
They hot.
Miami, hot Jacksonville.
He like it hot.
That was his best games. Why? Because it was warm. That's why I said he better go to a warm weather team.
Well, he went to Pittsburgh.
Better go to warm weather, player. Because it gets cold in Pittsburgh. It gets cold somewhere else. Other places they was talking about.
Oh, it's gonna be hot in Pittsburgh.
I bet he's looking at. Damn, I should have waited and went to the coast. Shit.
Indoors.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of just over people giving Aaron Rodgers excuse because we know his talent. Like you said, it's Hall of Fame. What he's done, Hall of Fame. But I ain't gonna sit here and act like, bro, like you should have more than one, dog. You should have more than one. Like,
he definitely should have more than one. He should have at least 3. He should have at least 3.
He said he on the mushrooms.
He on the mushroom, playing on shrooms.
Can't even see where he throwing it to.
Asawasa, whatever.
Hey, the ground coming up at Aaron Rodgers. He thinking it's a DN.
Oh my God. The football is this big in his hand.
Whoa!
Devontae Adams' head was about this big. You know how they use it on Madden. You could play with the big head.
Big head.
Yeah, out there they look like players from Blitz.
Hey, dog. Over there looking like Bobby's World. It's just big head and little body. Like, what's going on, bro?
Why you looking at me like that, Aaron?
Them turf monsters real. But to the bigger conversation and why I'm really just disgusted with Ben in this take is because Ben's just been, ever since he's retired, he's just come off as one of the biggest haters. And this is not just against Patrick. I'm just talking about just in general. This dude didn't even want to wish success for Kenny Pickett as a successor for his job. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you love this franchise so much, you should be bigging up Kenny Pickett. You should be in behind his side, like, hey, bro, hey, I'm done. Torch is yours. Let's go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Kenny got none of that. He got resistance from Ben.
He didn't like it.
But dude, your career's done. What you done is done. And I think if we're talking having that conversation of Aaron Rodgers being the underachiever, I think Ben realistically overachieved.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? So
he did. He got 2 Super Bowls, right? Or 1?
2.
Yeah, 2, yeah.
2. But my thing is like, you were part of some great teams, man, and you really just didn't have to just mess it up. So, but at the end of the day, if we're talking about Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, all right, cool. You want to take Aaron Rodgers in his prime, Ben? Okay. So thank you, CBS Sports, for doing the work for us. Hey, they put it out there. All right. The only category is that Aaron Rodgers, 7 years of his prime, First 7 years that it's a starter, and first 7 years is Mahomes. So that's the only thing you can really compare. You can't, like you said earlier, you can't compare whole careers yet. All right. Neither one of them are done. So they took the first 7 years of starters seasons from both. All right. Mahomes is waxing that ass in damn near every category except interceptions and passer rating.
Now we do have to give in context.
Now for context in this,
he didn't play. He didn't play his first 4 years, or first 3 to 4 years.
No. That's what I'm saying. This is CBS.
Oh, him playing.
First 7 seasons as a starter for Aaron Rodgers, and the first 7 seasons as a starter for Patrick. So that's the only thing you can really compare.
Yeah.
All right. Mahomes is waxing that ass on only categories he's not. He has more interceptions and has a lower passer rating. Boo-hoo. All right. Cool. But he's waxing that ass in Super Bowl appearances.
All right, man.
Passing TDs, passing yards. And the win-loss record as a team. All right.
Joe trying to get his canceled.
Hey, yo. Hey.
Do you work to get us canceled every week, Joe? I think that's what you do, man.
He takes 6 days of the week to blame, man.
To plan our demise.
He's like, oh, I'm definitely going to type this out. He's like, yeah, I'm typing this one. Yeah. Well, I mean, and if we're talking about character, I don't think there's no, we ain't, yeah.
Hey, man, look, I said it in the beginning. A lot of people call him a different name. I'm not going to say it on this pod, but,
Ben Gapisberger.
Yeah.
So,
anyway, but yeah, I'm taking Pat twice on Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and whatever day of the week they want the Chiefs to play.
I'm taking Patrick on any day that ends in Y, bro. I'm just taking look, and it's not a diss on Aaron Rodgers. You look at his first 7 seasons as a starter, it's magical. Like you said, we see when he's a Hall of Famer. Should win. But come on, man. We not gonna talk about this whole that one 2010 season when you just happen to get Lil Wayne to become a Packers fan all of a sudden. I don't know how that shit.
According to him, he went to a New Orleans Saints game with his dad, and they were playing the Packers, and the Packers whooped that ass, and that's why he became a Packers fan.
Yeah. So I'm not going. You had one magical season, all right. Won the Super Bowl, all right. When it all came together, you look. You can win your MVPs. It's cool. That's cute. Come on, man. Even right now, if I was a player, I would go with Patrick, because I could just look at him and say, and just look at the behavior of Pat. Like, that's a team guy. That's a team guy. He's going to do what it takes to
at the end of the day, when it's a minute less on the clock,
you know who you're going to.
And Patrick Mahomes either field goal or a touchdown.
He go get it.
I'm taking him 9 times, or not even. I'm taking him 10 times out of 10.
99.9%.
No, 100%. Ain't no 99. 100%.
Nah, for you.
There's only 2 players probably I would say that about. It's him and Tom Brady.
Yeah,
because you knew if Tom Brady was getting the ball in the fourth quarter, it's over. It's just over. How many times we look? It was like, yeah, it's over.
No, I gotta add a couple other in there. I would definitely put Montana in there.
Yeah, Montana, of course. Yeah,
and John Elway. That man didn't have me fussing and cussing a lot as a kid. For him,
I couldn't stand John Elway. Got on my nerves until he got to the Super Bowl and he ran into the 49ers. He get drugged up and down the field. They would drag their ass over there. They smashed Denver.
So
and then they was like, you know what? Might want to get another running back and some receivers over there.
I want to help him out.
But then that's when Ed McCaffrey and freaking Rod Woodson would cook us.
Oh my God.
I could stand Rod Woodson.
Hey, bro.
Ed McCaffrey, I could stand Rod Woodson would smoke us every time.
Ed McCaffrey would catch everything.
Yes, he in the 3rd and 6.
Everything.
And you know Ed McCaffrey at.
And then when
we ain't talking about Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp used to kill us, dog.
We ain't talking about Shannon Sharp.
Hey, fam, you know what made it worse?
Then
My
TV
child-
coming out the backfield.
Oh, I hated that. I love my grandmother, and I hope my grandmother I'm gonna clip this when I'm gonna send this to her personally. I love my grandmother.
She a Broncos fan?
No, she's always been a Chiefs fan, but she had such an admiration for John Elway that she literally bought. Remember the Orange Crush jerseys that they used to rock? Now they're throwbacks, but those are the original Orange Crush jerseys. Bought one, and that man had me in my feelings. I was ready to disown my grandmother, man, because she bought specifically a John Elway jersey. Man, John Elway used to hurt my feelings, dog. Hurt my feelings as a kid.
All the time. I think that Pat will be gracious when he knows it's his time. He'll pass the baton because he's such a team guy, and I think because he learned from Alex Smith the same way, I think he'll be gracefully. I know he's competitive, and I'm not saying that he's just gonna be like, oh, but I think if it's towards the end of his career, yeah, I think that because I think Pat's gonna be one of those dudes that's like, I only want to play for one organization. I don't want to go. I'm not about to be like Tom Brady and go to Tampa Bay or Dallas or something like that. Like,
hey, give us 18, Pat. Give us 18 and then walk away.
I think he's gonna dip. I think he'll dip past the baton and be like, yo, this is the dude for the future. Blah blah blah.
Stamp him. Yeah. Keep it moving.
And let's just hope we be gracious enough to get the guy of the future, and he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Because yeah, we have to enjoy this shit while we got
him. Yeah.
Elway during my time, I hate him. So sad.
That was. I'm glad you brought that up because that was probably one of the greatest moments of my fandom career.
Yeah,
watching that.
I was like, I said, they had John Elway giving us the Super Bowl
in the Raiders Stadium. Hey, we killed two birds with one stone.
This is beautiful. This is lovely.
Hey, we killed two birds with one stone on that one, dog. I was like, oh, we won something that the Raiders would never do in their stadium.
I just think it was so great because I went to opening night when they all come out and talk and all that stuff. Me and my boy. And boy, it was so heavy 49ers up in there, man. You heard them boos so loud. It was just like, yeah, this is gonna be great when we whoop y'all ass. We whoop y'all ass, but we still beat y'all.
Oh man, that was lovely having Elway give us the Lombardi in Raider Stadium. I'll never forget that.
Yeah. All right, Mark.
Oh Lord.
It's trivia time. Yeah. Now we're gonna do something different. No blind rankings. I'm gonna ask you 5 questions, sir. And I want to see your Chiefs knowledge.
Damn.
You better clip this too. Don't be trying to skim and not clip it.
You know, hey, depending on my answers, I might skip this whole damn segment, bro.
Are you ready for question 1?
There you go.
Joe, you shut up. Be giving them the answers in there. I know you're a Chiefs historian, so
well, he old enough to see all that.
He not that much older than us, but okay.
My bad, Joe. My bad, Joe.
Woo! All right. Question 1. How many Chiefs wide receivers have had over 1,300 yards in a single season?
Ooh.
You ain't got to say their names.
My bad, Joe. I didn't mean to throw that straight, bro.
Just give me a number.
Oh, man. So at the top of my head, I know Dwayne Bowe. Ooh, and that list can't be long. I'm going to go 3.
You're right. Now, Dwayne Bowe wasn't one of them, but you're right.
I'm actually surprised by that.
It's Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
1,479 yards in 2018.
Yeah.
Derek Alexander.
Really?
1,391 in 2000.
Really?
And Carlos Carson at 1,361 in 1983.
Wow.
But you're right. That was good. All right. That's what I'm talking about, Mar. Number 2. What year did DT, Derek Thomas, break the single game sack record?
Oh shit. I was young. That's 19. Oh shit. I know it was Seattle. I know Dave Craig is still haunted by that shit. I want to say 89 or 90.
You got it. It's 90.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to you because you said 90. It's actually November 11, 1990. I just turned 8 years old on that day. That was my birthday. But yeah, 7 sacks on Dave Craig. Could have had 8.
Yeah.
But my man Dave Craig slipped and scored a game-winning touchdown.
Hey, we lost that game?
Yes, we lost that game.
That was crazy. I forgot
because I think that was the game where you see the picture of DT like sitting on the
just
field,
hurt.
Like damn.
Like damn, I done gave y'all 7 sacks and we ain't won like that.
Yeah, 8 would have won it. Yep. It would have. All right. Who led the Chiefs in receiving touchdowns in 2023?
Oh, that was Jared McKinnon. Oh, that won that year?
And receiving touchdowns.
Oh, receiving touchdowns. Okay. 2023. Oh, that might have been Juju's year that got him that pay, got him that money. I don't know. Not yet. This one, I'm yeah. Just throw the answer.
It was Rashee Rice, 7 touchdowns.
Really? Okay. Yeah, because I'm trying to do the calculations in my head what year that was. Okay, that was Rashee's rookie year. Yeah, he balled. Oh, okay.
All right. What receiver? And I actually gave you this answer earlier. I shouldn't have said nothing. What receiver caught Patrick Mahomes' first career NFL touchdown?
Oh yeah, that was Chris in San Diego. Yeah, when they was in that little soccer little stadium. I remember that.
And last but not least, what major record did Patrick Mahomes break during the 2020 season? This is a multiple choice. A, the most offensive yards in a single season. B, the most touchdowns in a single season. C, the longest touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. Or D, the most rushing yards in QB team history.
I'll probably go D. Damn.
It was A. Most offensive yards in a single season. He had 5,250 yards passing, and he had 364 yards on the ground.
Yeah, he was
breaking Drew Brees' record.
Yeah, he was running. Okay, Joe got it. He's like, yeah, this ain't. Yeah, I got 3 out of 5. I'll take that.
That was good. That's good. That was good, man.
Yeah,
I was happy that you got that first one.
I on some real, I kind of really just threw that out there off of just GP because I'm like, the Chiefs really ain't had like receivers go crazy like that, and we ain't never been that. So I was thinking at least it had to have been a small number. Obviously, Tyreek is going. Look, Tyreek Hill could probably. I don't know where he's at in the standings of wide receiver stats, but his name definitely got to be up there.
I think he's number 3. I think he's number 3.
Chiefs ain't never been a franchise that have crazy wide receiver numbers, man.
I think it's Otis Taylor's number 1. I think Dwayne Bowe is number 2, and I think Tyreek's number 3
at wide receiver. But unfortunately, we got 2 Hall of Fame tight ends, so that's a different conversation.
Yeah. That's the thing. But you can't say Travis because he's not a wide receiver; he's a tight end. So
yeah,
same thing with Tony. Yeah. So we were built differently. Like we were always ran through our tight ends and our running backs. We never really. I mean, I would say back in the day they did when Lenny was there because Otis Taylor was ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? Like he was an athlete. He could do. You know, he was one of them ones. But he should be in the Hall of Fame if he ain't already. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember that year. We had not one touchdown from a wide receiver. What was 2014, 15 or something like that?
Yeah, because Jeremy Maclin was on the team, right?
Debo was on there. And
Yeah.
and I think that was Debo's last year, and that might have been Macklin's first year.
First year.
Yeah,
I remember that. I think he was the first one to catch the touchdown.
man. Travis Kelce was killing it that year. Young Trav. Yeah. Yeah.
Those were the days. All right, man. Let's go around the league real quick.
Mm.
There was a trade that happened yesterday.
Wow, trade.
So the Pittsburgh Steelers make a trade for Jalen Ramsey. They trade with the Miami Dolphins. The Steelers acquired him alongside tight end Jonnu Smith, and they sent Mika Fitzpatrick and some draft picks. I don't know.
That's a weird trade, bro.
It's a very weird trade because you trade the younger, say, defensive player for an older
Defensive player.
defensive player. I guess you could say he's more versatile than Mika, and I know a lot of Steeler fans say, "Well, he ain't made plays in a couple of years," so I get it. Look, I guess that he can play safety or whatever. You can move Jalen Ramsey around, maybe. Jonnu Smith, I actually like Jonnu Smith. I actually think he's a really good tight end. I think he has a bright future, and if Aaron Rodgers can utilize him, he could be a viable option in this offense. As far as Mika Fitzpatrick, he may not be the player he used to be, but I think his intangibles on the field as a leader will help Miami out, especially with those young corners out there. They're going to need a player like Mika Fitzpatrick. So I think that he's going to help them out. Another trade that went down, Darren Waller came out of retirement.
I didn't see this one coming. If you got this on your bingo card, you
didn't see
rich
man. Yeah, but he found out that his rap career wasn't going anywhere. So
I think he figured that out. Yeah.
So he got out of retirement. The Giants traded him for a 7th round pick to the Miami Dolphins. We'll see how Darren Waller looks because his problem was injury. He couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's why he retired. He could not stay healthy to save his life. So we'll see if he can have new life in Miami, see how much in shape he is, see if he can give them anything. But as a whole, how do you feel about this trade?
The Darren Waller trade, that was unexpected. Now I will say this. If he, like you said, if he's able to stay healthy, and the accuracy of Tua, which is Tua's greatest strength, he'll get Darren Waller to football. So he'll have his opportunities to show if he still got it. Singing his hook, that's crazy. So if Darren Waller can just, stay on the field, that'll upgrade the tight end. But I do like Jonnu Smith. I do know what he does. But so that's that trade. The Jalen Ramsey trade, I was kind of perplexed by that. So let me ask you a question, Chris. Would you say that Jalen Ramsey's top 3 corner still in the league?
No.
Would you say that Mika Fitzpatrick is a top 3 safety in the league?
I would say he's top 10 still. I don't know if he's top 3. I would have to really think about it.
Yeah.
Because free safety, you would say you got Kyle Hamilton. He's probably the best right now.
He's the best. Yeah.
You would probably say maybe Jesse Bates is up there still. He's really good. I'm trying to think all the damn safeties.
But I get what you're saying. If we had time to really sit back and think about it, you could probably start ranking Mika Fitzpatrick up closer, in my opinion, closer to the top. And Joe, I'm right there with you, Joe. For me, I think Mika is still, in my opinion, at safety position, probably still at least top 5. And it's not a diss on Jalen Ramsey. I just think, do I think he's still a good corner? Yeah. I just don't think that he's mentioned as one of those top elite corners no more. I mean, we can talk Sauce. You can talk McDuffie. You could talk Jalen Johnson in Chicago.
Patrick Surtain the second is probably the best right now.
Yeah, Patrick Surtain in Denver. DJ Reed is a damn good corner that gets a lot of PT. Tyreek Woolen out in Seattle. Those are
Donovan Witherspoon too. Same squad.
so.
Yeah, Buda Baker. Yeah, Buda Baker's a good one. Yeah, Buda Baker's
so my point is, those are at least 7, 8 corners that we just named before I can even think about even getting to Jalen Ramsey. And we're having a hard time trying to find people that are going to be better than Minka Fitzpatrick. So, and that's just right now, just us going off the top of the head. So if you probably had to sit down and really think about it, I'm like, I kind of like the younger safety, that's, I could probably make a debate whether you could rank them in top 3 or top 5. In the older cornerback where I'm over here naming dudes before I even thinking about getting to Jalen Ramsey. Like, if we're going based off a whole career and what he did in his first, 5, 6 years in the season, maybe we're having a different conversation, but we're talking about 30-year-old Jalen Ramsey where we're hoping that, hey man, that you got a hand on that wide receiver because you're a bigger body. He's always been, you can't change his 6'2", 6'3" frame.
Mm-hmm.
You can't change that. That was his advantage. But the only problem is these wide receivers are faster now, and you're getting older and slower.
That's why I think he should play free safety.
He's getting burnt at corner. Like, there's no way
he could freelance more at free safety too.
And that suits his game now to freelance more. But you start putting Jalen Ramsey more and more, and I love Jalen Ramsey's game 5, 6 years ago. But right now, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm attacking that dude all day. If you put, you better get that man some safety help. Because I'm trying to tell you, right now, if we go up against Pittsburgh, Hollywood, just go. Just go.
Mm-hmm.
They is 1v1. Xavier, go. I'm not telling you to run around. Just go. Jalen Ramsey's on you. Go. His 6'2" frame can't last against these speedy receivers who are just too fast for him. He's going to be a liability. They're going to have to get that man safety help. And guess what? If you didn't put one of the greatest safeties in the league right now in Miami, he'd have been great help for Jalen Ramsey. But somehow you put him in that trade. I don't hate the trade overall. It's just the fact that Minka's in it. Like, I would have gave Miami whatever.
Well, they've already been talking about trading because they didn't want to pay him what they was going to pay him. And I think they're trying to make room for paying TJ Watt ultimately because they're going to pay him. You're not going to let TJ Watt go. He is the cornerstone of your defense. He's the best player on your defense.
And I get that. But that
I agree with you. I think he was really good when he was with the Rams, but I agree with you. His best years was with Jacksonville.
Yeah.
That defense was at its tip-top shape. He was one of the best. Him and AJ Aboye was one of the better tandems in the league.
I'm going to say this right now.
We used to cook him.
When you are a great player, you don't leave the front doors of a franchise. He's now on his 4th team, bro.
Because he's a mouth. He's a wild card. Like there's only so much a team's going to tolerate from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So especially if you're not winning. Like Miami hasn't won, and they weren't going to win nothing this year either. They knew it. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised they ain't trade Tyreek Hill.
But Chris, he's at the top of the pay scale of cornerbacks.
But that was stupid. Miami should have never paid him that money.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh just gave him a raise.
They had to.
I know it ain't a big one, but still, it's like.
But they had to, so they can
make it work. Yeah,
make their money work. They had to increase his pay, but still, it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know what Pittsburgh's doing. I honestly, I do not know. Yes, you signed Aaron Rodgers. You waited for him. You waited for an older quarterback, and I get it. Maybe your plan will work because you're waiting for the quarterbacks in 2026. And that's what you told everybody. You're waiting for those crop of quarterbacks that are coming out. You better hope one of them quarterbacks or one of them ones. So, we're gonna see. But some of the moves they made, you go get DK Metcalf. Okay, I get why you got rid of George Pickens. I get it. But you didn't go get another weapon. You didn't draft no other wide receiver in this heavy draft wide receiver core, you could have got you one to replace George Pickens, who does the same thing George Pickens does, but just gives you less this.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, so now you got DK Metcalf. I do like the running back, the Caleb, what's his name? Caleb Johnson kid from Iowa. I do like that. He's a perfect running back for the Steelers.
Fits their scheme as a run team. But so here's I had an interesting take about it last night. I know it seems weird, and I know what they're trying to do. But for me, if I was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I wouldn't be happy because like this kind of looks like yo, this is almost an all-in situation. Because look at all the people that they're bringing in, and to Mike Tomlin's credit, I'll give him this: those Super Bowls that he's won and been a part of, he's had a very veteran-heavy team. So there's a lot of vets on both sides of the football, defense and offense. Very vet-heavy. So I just think he's at the point where like he's probably at like, hey man, just give me some guys that they know NFL, they know the game. Give me the vet guys, because I ain't got time for these George Pickens young YNs and being crazy. I think that's where he's at. You know, I'm just assuming.
Can I ask you a question about Mike Tomlin?
What's up?
What does he do that's so great?
Motivator.
But why does he always have problems?
Because people expect certain things from coaches. They just throw out a blank expectation level for all coaches, and they want every coach to fit that. And just for me, I just think Mike Tomlin has been a great motivator. That man's pretty much a preacher. He's a motivational speaker on the sideline.
When the preaching doesn't reach them, and they still act a damn fool.
Yeah. Well, here's the
because if I'm asking you right now, what's the culture? What is the culture with the Steelers right now?
Organized chaos.
Compared to some of the better organizations, like because you got to compare. You got to compare what the Chiefs are doing and what the Steelers are doing. You got to compare what the Steelers are doing, what Buffalo's doing. You got to add the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're hanging on. Organized chaos is like it's so much chaos that is probably behind the scenes that we probably haven't even seen yet.
And that's why I'm just like him and the Aaron Rodgers. Like Aaron Rodgers is at a point of his career that he's not. You think he's going to sit back and just let Mike Tomlin talk to him like, hey,
I don't. Can I be honest? Well, we do that on the show. I think this is Mike Tomlin's last year. I think this is I don't know if he's getting gassed out, tired out. I think he might resign to get fired. And they're gonna call it a mutual department.
Or they did that this year.
Well, see, the thing is that like I think Mike Tomlin is a good coach, but I just think he's probably tired. He's like, man, y'all keep giving me these players that are just not fitting what I want.
And look, I'm not just blaming him. It's the Rooneys too. The Rooneys run their organization too. Them and the Maras are the same way. They run their organization so old school that it's just like, like, bro, you need a quarterback. At the end of the day, you need a quarterback. You could have all these defensive pieces, you could have all these wide receivers, running backs, and all that. But if you ain't got the guy that's behind the center, that can take your team down and win games for you when you need it the most, when you can, the team on the other end is like that guy is on the side.
To kind of back up the point that you just said, when the preaching just doesn't reach the players, I just think there's a point where the voice of Mike Tomlin is just, I think is at this point where he's got tuned out, not just by the players. I think the front office.
I agree. That's why I think Mike Tomlin should have left.
Yeah.
I think he should have bounced.
Yeah. Because
I personally think that one of these other teams.
Yeah.
Like, look, we've been saying, I'm not a believer in Zach Taylor. If I was the Cincinnati Bengals, I would have fired him, and I would have, but they probably wouldn't have did this. But still, I would have found a way to try to get Mike Tomlin with the Bengals. I would have tried to find a way to get Mike Tomlin to the Raiders. because I think he would have fit that culture over there.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Like, what are we doing?
Damn.
Like, I just think that when you have a certain level of mediocrity, and my apologies, still a nation, but it's been mediocre. It's been very mid. No expectations to win a playoff game. Y'all just happy to get there every year.
Yeah.
Y'all start off shaky, or y'all come out the gate, y'all look good for like 6 games, then you tail off a little bit,
You
and
got
then by 3-4 games in the back in the end, you win, and y'all back into the playoffs. Or some team falls apart and y'all back into the playoffs. You now have no business being there, and you get smoked in the first round.
Yeah, that's been the script the last almost 6-7 years. That's been the script.
Even when Big Ben's telling you, kept on to Big Ben way too long.
Way too long. He played longer than he should have.
He couldn't even throw the football down the field. He couldn't throw it damn near 5 yards down the field.
Oh, yeah.
So y'all never got y'all heir apparent to back him up, or you tried to, but it just never worked out.
No, they waited too late.
And I get it. Y'all built y'all reputation on having strong defense, and that's fine. So did the Ravens.
Yeah.
But you know what the difference between you and the Ravens? They got Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. They got a quarterback. They got a quarterback. A damn good one. MVP.
Because I always said the Ravens and the Steelers, they're basically the same organization.
Mm-hmm.
They have the same morals. They built on the same principles.
Yeah.
Defense, running game.
Football. Yep.
Smash mouth football. That's what we know in the Ravens. That's why their rivalry is so great, because they're mirror images of each other.
Yeah.
Whereas in the Chiefs and the Raiders rivalry was so good because we were the exact opposite of each other.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Nah, hey, y'all, Steelers Nation. Y'all love Mike T. If y'all really love him, then go follow him to his next team, his next destination, because I think it's done in Pittsburgh after this year. I just think it is. It's just time for a new voice. And that's the thing about Pittsburgh. Obviously, in my lifetime, and pretty sure yours. I mean, we're almost the same age. Well, you a little bit older, but they got 3 coaches. I mean,
Chuck
Mike T, yeah,
Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher,
Bill and Mike.
Mm-hmm.
So they like you said, old school. They're not about changing a lot of things.
They don't like change.
They don't like a lot of change. And we saw what happened when they tried to do change, when they tried to go pass happy and instead of run happy. It had some success, but ultimately it didn't win much for them because that's still not their DNA.
Yeah, but they also running to Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
Context, yes. Yes. I mean, a lot of motherfuckers ran into Tom.
Yeah, exactly. It is what it is on that front.
Again, same context. There's a lot of like Josh Allen, Lamar, and Joe ain't eating because of 15. So there's, it's just a different person running the the hater blocker. So it's just what it is. I look, I think Mike T can really coach football, great motivator. He's gonna give you those inspirational speeches, but at this point, it's like, bruh, you done all you can. You've won your championships, you've been to Super Bowls, but if anything on this trade, it does remind me of when he had those very vet-heavy teams that went to Super Bowls, won Super Bowls. And I'm not saying they're going to win that because this trade doesn't move that needle.
Me neither.
But look at that division, and they can. I'm not worried about Cleveland. Cincinnati got no defense. All you need to do is just not F it up. You can sneak your way into a while.
One thing I will say about this is this division eats each other alive.
They do.
They beat each other up.
They're not
because even when Steelers had bad quarterbacks, they find a way to beat the Ravens. They find a way to beat the Bengals, and they find a way to beat the other team. So
yeah. So if you look at this team on paper, and I think is vet heavy enough, and hopefully smart.
I still think they need another wide receiver.
Oh yeah. if they were smart, if front office was smart, they shouldn't lax on what they've done already. They should continue to improve. But they did miss some things. The draft was one of the misses that you had. And I confusing trade, but if there's one coach that can probably motivate this team to get to a 11-6 season and make a wild card, it might. This might.
Yeah.
But on the other end, that quarterback you got is known to get jokers fired. He can get you fired. So if you want a vacation, you should just either resign or just hire Aaron Rodgers.
I will say this though, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is gonna get Mike Tomlin fired. I think the Rooneys would send his ass home first. Like if he's disruptive and they losing, I think they'll side with Mike Tomlin. I could be wrong. True. But I think they just have more tenure with Mike Tomlin. Woody Johnson is or whatever his name is. He's a terrible owner. He don't know what he's doing.
The Jets, yeah,
he don't know what he's doing. He just has a team for a tax write-off. Like whatever.
I love this money though.
Exactly, that's what it is. It's just a tax write-off. Like some owners just don't care about winning. They just happy. I got a football team. Like,
that's my flex.
And he just let Aaron Rodgers do whatever he wanted to do. The Rooneys ain't gonna do that. There's just certain organizations that's just not gonna let you just
say whatever, do whatever.
You know yeah, like Clark Hunt ain't just gonna let Patrick Mahomes run all over Andy Reid like that. Like it's just okay, I'll grade you out, Pat. Like there's a hierarchy of in there, player.
We love you, Pat, but relax.
Yeah. Whereas in Buffalo, they throwing Sean McDermott under the bus.
Bye-bye. Josh Allen or bust. Hey, got no chance.
They gonna put him in a rocket ship and fly him to the moon.
Get out of here, Sean. Deuces. Josh Allen's just Josh.
I don't know. Look, Mike Brown. He might choose Zach Taylor over Joe Burrows. I don't know.
I don't know. He already gave Joe the money, and he danced to it. And he gave him what he wanted when it came to wide receivers.
True.
All right. So I
just don't understand. Can we talk about the Bengals real quick? I don't understand the national media's this discourse of, oh, they paid their wide receivers. Their defense is still bad, but I still believe in the Bengals.
They're gonna be a shootouts every week, bro.
Oh, their defense got worse.
And they still ain't even got their first round pick in, and still ain't got their leading sack guy in with 17.5 sacks in. Still in the contract dispute with both of them. Yeah, all right. Y'all show me where y'all getting 10 wins from the Bengals this year, then I'll shut the fuck up. But until then,
outside of they might have a bad schedule because they don't got the Chiefs on the schedule this year. I'm kind of happy because I don't feel like hearing their mouths.
Yeah, they mouths.
Damn Bengal fans can't stand their ass. But outside of that, can I shout out the Queen of the Ring before we go? Go ahead, Joe. You can talk about Jade Cargill. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh Lord.
Go ahead.
Oh Lord.
You better get it shot her out quick because she
ain't gonna last long.
Because after she beat Tiffy, somebody cashing in, baby.
It ain't gonna last too long, bro.
That nigga getting cashed in, boy. Naomi about to be the world champion, dog.
Hey, stop, bro. I love it, dog. I love it.
And my apologies, Chiefs, but Joe kind of got me on a wrestling tandem right now.
Yeah, he all in the chat.
Can I just say Finn Balor ain't shit, bro?
Hey, you saw that coming though. Hey, because I
did you see the picture?
Yeah, we miss you, Liv. he cheesing from ear to ear, bro.
Oh man, this man is so petty. I can't stand Finn Balor.
Nah,
like this.
Petty as hell, bro. Hey, a lot of gold in the Judgment Day. So, hey, sorry, folks. I know we talking Chiefs, but all three of us are big wrestling fans. Me and Chris and Joe in the chat, and we be on Twitter all the time talking shit on. But man, hey, Jade Cargill to tie it all together is almost like Pittsburgh Steelers, dog.
They backed into the playoffs.
Back into the playoffs
in the first round.
Not to be done when it's all said and done, dog. I'm trying to tell you because it ain't gonna last long. The little success she got right now, man. We know how WWE get down.
Look, I like Jade, man, but we'll have a future conversation about her in the ring.
She is improving. She is.
Yes, but she's still thinking too much. Just
It's-
go.
Yeah.
Go.
It's funny you say that because that's always kind of been my biggest thing about her. Is like you got to make it look like it's natural. It look like it's so forced.
She's thinking too much. Like she don't want to mess up.
And see, that's the problem. She just got to go.
Go.
Just go. And once she taps into that, she gonna be all right. But it's taking too long for her to tap into it.
Just ain't getting no younger. I'm just saying, she ain't getting no younger.
And that's why I was surprised that she beat Asuka. Because it's like Jade Cargill has just about everything else that you want from a wrestler. She's just missing that consistency in the ring.
Asuka's one of the best, man. Don't do that, Joe. My girl, man. I'm talking about Asuka.
Now that's why I was surprised at that win, but yeah.
I wasn't surprised. Asuka just came back. Now, what I am surprised about is Monday. Like y'all teased this dream match with Io Sky and Asuka the week before.
But now
and then we just getting Rhea. All right. All right.
Hey, it's all sports related, y'all. So it's just a different.
Hey, man, we talked about it. It's June, man. Ain't got nothing. We talked about most of everything we can talk about with the Chiefs. What do you want to know? What more do y'all want from us, man? We gave y'all some good content today. Madden Ratings.
Hey,
Rashad Smith. You know what we forgot to talk about?
Ooh, what's that, big dog?
Drue Tranquill. What's your expectation for Drue Tranquill this year, man?
I'm glad you brought it up because my expectations is not a damn thing. This is I love you, Drue. Hey, you helped us win a couple. All right, I love you, dog, because I got tired of looking at your ass in that powder blue, making great plays against us. I mean, it didn't stop us from winning, but you was making you was probably the only highlight against us the last few years before you came on this side. It's all right. Hey, he's worse than Jerry Tillery. We talked about Jerry Tillery a couple of weeks. He's worse than Jerry Tillery because he said, "Hey man, I'm not tired in being in here in San Diego and moving to LA and get my ass kicked by these Chiefs." He said, "Man, I'm gonna beat them. Now I can't beat them. I'm gonna join. And not only when I'm gonna join them, I'm gonna help them win." Hey, because you was having fun at that Super Bowl parade, bro. You was like, "Oh, I like this. We would have never done this in LA." Yeah, it felt good. But I think you got lost in the sauce because you was having so much fun and enjoying, and you love Kansas City, and we embraced you. But the only problem is your game that first year in Kansas City didn't translate last year.
I think he gained too much weight in the offseason. I think he tried to put too much bulk on his body, and I think it slowed him down, and you saw it. I think he needs to get back to the weight that he was when he came in.
Yes.
More agile. Because Drue Tranquill is like kind of like the Matt Milano type linebacker who can, you know, he can play the middle linebacker.
Not the most athletic.
No, but you can put him on the tight end. You can put him on the running back, and he can guard him. You know what I'm saying? So
Drue's always in the spot where he needs to be.
Right.
That first year.
Yeah.
Right?
And even towards the end of, like I said, towards the end of last year, he started getting a little bit better than what he was in the beginning of the season. But I do think that he added a little bit too much weight. I don't know if he thought he just needed to get bigger, but do what got you here, player.
Hey man.
I think he was trying to add some weight. Maybe he thought he had to be Willie Gay. I don't know.
Hey, look. If there was ever a person that says might lose their job to a rookie, it'd be Drue. I look. Basa might move you out the way, bro. And I was looking at Basa's highlight tapes a couple of days ago, or I think late last night when you sent me the what we're gonna talk about, and I started looking at Basa because I wanted to see what was Drue gonna be up against this year.
Mm-hmm.
Drue, you're getting older.
Yes.
Boss is a little young Thundercat that is not afraid to run across that damn field, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You add that
and he's a former safety, by the way.
You add that to the fact that Leo Chenal is too smart to take off the field. Nick Bolton has too much greater instincts to take off the field. I'm looking at the linebacker situation, and I'm kind of looking like my expectations is you better try to get in where you fit in. If we talk about wrestling, get in where you fit in. You know what I mean? So, no, bye, Drue. That's what it's gonna be if you keep messing around and don't get back to 2 years ago. Because what you did last year is gonna get you on the sideline, bro. Because Bossa ain't playing, bro. I'm with Joe. I was watching Bossa tape, and first thing that stuck out to me is like, oh, that's Willie Gay who don't overrun plays. I'm with it. Let's go. That's what I got. That's what I was like, oh, Drue in trouble. So my expectations is you better get in where you fit in, Drue. I love you. I appreciate what you've done for the franchise. But if we talking football,
look, maybe Bossa will push him. Maybe Bossa will push him and get him back to
that's what I'm hoping for.
Competition always
brings the best.
Yes.
And if that's the case, then come on, Drue.
Pressure bust pipes. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, or makes diamonds. So what you gonna do? You gonna bling, Drue?
I forgot his name. Kalu, whatever his name is. I think they're gonna say they're gonna call him Talatunga.
Oh yeah, Talatunga.
That's what they're gonna call him.
Talatunga.
But he's what's the name? Tommy Tunga's brother.
Yeah,
he's really what's your name, son? Ming. He's his real son.
Lance on Hawaii.
Yeah, that's no.
I thought that was his real name, Lance on Hawaii. I'm sure.
No, that's not Lance on Hawaii. I'm talking about his name is like Hakalu, whatever his name is.
Oh, you talking about Haku's son?
Yeah, Haku's son.
Okay, yeah,
the tall one. Yeah, that's his real son. Because not Jacob too, but Tommy Tonga is not his real son. He adopted him. He took him in. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think Drue Tranquill, he understands the sign. It's a contract year for him. I don't think he's gonna be on the Chiefs next year, but it's a contract year for sure. I think Bossa was brought in to be his replacement for 2026, and maybe even 2025. He comes in and push for playing time. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, you nicer than me.
I'm always in the warehouse when the pads come on. That they tell the story.
True.
There are some players that we have doubted, and they come out and they ball to freak out.
True, but Drue.
I know the Royals ain't playing real this year, but this season I had no expectations for Michael Garcia. He surprised the hell out of me this year.
Balling, all-star, should be an all-star.
So I'm just saying.
I feel. Yeah, but Drue, hey Drue, you better be the captain. This year,
I'm the captain now.
You better be the captain. Look at me. You better be the captain because I'm trying to tell you.
Bossa.
Yeah, because Bossa. Because Bossa gonna be on it.
You start saying it just like Mbaku. Bossa.
Hey, man, wrap this up, bro. Hey, but Joe, I didn't hate the Bossa pick. I just didn't know much about him. And so when you do your research.
Yeah, I'm not. Look, Joe, I ain't going to sit there and act like I was watching Oregon for the linebacker.
Yeah.
I wasn't. Dog. I was watching it for the running backs and the receivers. Dog.
Exactly. You don't watch Oregon for defensive play. So that's why
maybe the D tackle. The D tackles were pretty good, too.
Yeah. And that's why I was like, oh, wait, hold up. A defender from Oregon. I said, hold up. All right, let me put the tape on because
Bossa didn't look too good against Ohio State. Did he? No, getting smoked out there.
I mean, Ohio State, different caliber of offense.
Trayvon Henderson and Quinshon Juggins was running all through him.
They a different type of offensive weapons over there in Ohio.
Jeremiah Smith did what he wanted.
Hey, Jeremiah Smith right up the whole world right now, bro. I ain't even gonna lie.
I hope he doesn't peak.
In college football?
I hope he ain't one of these wide receivers that peak.
You know
that just look like men amongst boys. It's like, damn.
You know how I'm afraid that's going to happen with Ryan Williams in Bama. I'm afraid that's going to happen to him.
I don't think that's gonna happen to him because he's a smaller. It's always those bigger wide receivers that they kind of tap out. But I think because Ryan Williams is more of a smaller speed guy, the speed ain't going nowhere.
Oh no. It's I'm just saying just because of what his what he did as a freshman.
Now,
and I'm like,
I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was Ryan Williams, I'd have transferred to Ohio State, and me and Jeremiah Smith would have tore the ass up. What is it?
that's disgusting.
Because I don't know. I don't know the quarterback play in Alabama because I wasn't too fond of old boy Jalen Milroe. I'm glad you got drafted to Seattle. I hope it works out.
Yeah,
but he was too inconsistent for me.
Yeah,
that boy Bama cold. Yeah, he is. He really cold. But Jeremiah Smith is different, dog. Like the way they was talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. He might be better than Marvin Harrison Jr.
Dog, I was listening. So obviously they put Ohio State on a lot of times. You know how in college football, a great player just leaves the program, they still oohing and ahhing about him. I didn't hear much about Marvin Harrison Jr. last year because there was a guy named Jeremiah Smith that was just like, Marvin who? Just saying. Like,
well, I mean, Ohio State, they churn out.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Amigo Bouge wasn't like he was some slouch over there. He was actually a baller too.
I literally have said this before because a lot of people they're like, "Oh, LSU, Bama, we put the wide receivers in the league," and I'm like, "Don't sleep on OSU. They got some
dogs.
They put some. Hey, it's like every year they put at least 3-4 dudes in the draft off wide receiver.
They got some dogs out there, man. I mean, and we don't even sleep on the other kid, Carnell Tate. Might be a first round pick.
That's what I'm saying. They at least going like 4 or 5 deep a team every year.
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, they got a docuseries? A documentary? Oh, I need to check that out. And what's the name of it, Joe?
Yeah, put the name in the comments.
Yeah,
sir. But yeah, that Jeremiah Smith, he's minimum, and he's a freshman, so he's still learning the nuances of the game.
Hey, I ain't even gonna cap, bro. So my college football game, I did a dynasty build, right? Somehow I got Jeremiah Smith to transfer to my team.
How do you do that?
What
you bribing with, man?
Man, I told him I'd give him whatever he want. Just come on down to the squad. So
what team was you playing with?
I was playing with Memphis Tigers.
Well, that's your squad.
No. I just happened to pick them on college football because their color, their jersey options are crazy. Their helmet options are crazy, and then the Diamond Turf Nike, the Prime shoes that they got on college football, they got so many different colorways when it comes with the jerseys, crazy. So it's like, yeah, I did that off of straight just. Yeah, they the coldest team jersey wise, like they up there with Oregon. But no, dog. I threw that man the football down there every play. I said, "Yep."
I bet you did.
Go get it.
Scoring every play.
And yeah, hey dog, he won a Bolitnikov and the Heisman that year, bro. For me.
Y'all won the national championship?
Hell yeah, I had Jeremiah Smith. Hey, and then because it was crazy because he was at Ohio State his freshman year. His sophomore, he transferred to Florida because that was his home state. And then he came to Memphis. I was like, oh shit. So I won a national championship with him. Hey, and then that was his junior year. He went to the pros and went the first round, of course. I was like, yeah.
Going to Florida, Memphis is wild.
Hey,
that's crazy.
Hey, but you got to understand, I built my team up. I became the best recruiter in the land.
So it's about a scandal with a doctor like Penn State.
Oh, really? Oh, that ain't good. We know about that Penn State situation. That wasn't good.
Yeah. And on that note,
yeah, that was a good way to end the show. Let's get up out of here.
You look at the screen, people. You'll see the QR code for the Bet US app or website. Go ahead and scan that. First time users only. You sign up, put all your information, put the promo code JOIN125. You get 125% sign-in bonus plus 10% gambler's insurance because you got other things on the website that you could do. That's 3 risk-free bets on $100 up to $5,000 on your first 3 deposits. So that means if Mar bets $100 on his first 3 deposits and he loses all 3 of them bets, he keeps his money. So you can keep your money or win some money on your first 3 deposits, and you can go to BetUS and sign up. Tell them Arrowhead Chief Podcast sent you over there.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever streaming platform you use, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you use to listen to your podcast, Arrowhead Chief Podcast is available. First time watchers on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification buttons. So when we go live on Tuesdays at 5:30 Central Standard Time, you can jump in the lives. You can talk to us like Joe has been talking to us throughout the day. My other homie that was talking to us earlier, I forgot your name, but appreciate you stopping through too. Jump in the live with us, man. Talk trash with us, man. Give us your opinion. How do you fit, answer some of these trivia questions. Help Mar out. Give my lifeline. You know what I'm saying?
I'm your lifeline, man.
How you feel about the Josh Simmons hype train going on? Rashad Smith, Madden ratings, Patrick Mahomes in his prime versus Aaron Rodgers. And where's your expectations for Drue Tranquill this year? So you could be saying all this stuff in the comment section on the live show. And you know what? Even if you can't say it on the live show, put it in the comment section, man. If you're listening on the playback, man, we still want to hear from you. Even if you don't agree with us, we still want to hear from you. But just know, in a disclaimer,
talk to us
nice, baby. That's all we ask.
Be crazy.
Talk to us nice. Don't talk crazy. All right?
Yeah, because we crazy.
Be nice.
Yeah.
See the smile? I got the Magic Johnson smile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that shit,
don't let me
turn quick.
Kendrick said, "Don't be taking me out my element." Slap a person and make it look sexy. No, I'm just playing. Yeah.
Don't let that face fool you.
But yeah, go ahead and subscribe to the channel.
Oh Lord.
And whatever streaming platform or whatever social media platform, you see that AH Chief Podcast above us? If you go to any of our social media platforms, you can follow us on there, whether it be Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, Facebook.
All that.
You'll see all that because we got mad content. My man Mar is flooding the timelines with stuff.
They about tired of me, bro. I don't care.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll be waking up sometimes like, God damn, Mark. Just posted something about 5 seconds ago. You got another one?
Another one, dog.
He's the DJ Khaled Eclipse. Another one.
Another one.
Follow us. We'll follow you back because we are not Hollywood. Hey, Joe. I see you. I see you. You was ready today. I'm proud of you, Joe.
Hey.
Yeah, we Hollywood over here. That goes back to us talking to us nicely. That's where we Hollywood. But but go ahead and follow us. We'll follow you back. If you have critiques, feedback, or if you have a question or topic that you want to, or Chiefs topic that you want, or NFL topic that you want to bring up on the show, and we like it, we'll bring it up. We'll shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, email, or our mentions. All right, Chiefs Kingdom. Until next week, where we'll have Clarence.
Hey,
buckle up because I don't know what Clarence is gonna say.
Hey,
he might cuss Joe out. He might cuss one of us out.
Yeah, that'll be the one where I'm just gonna be chilling next week because I think Clarence is gonna come in.
Clarence might have he's gonna have a fully loaded clip.
Yeah. It's all you, player.
So me and Mar gonna look like G Unit with our bulletproof vest on, and we're gonna buckle up. And Joe, you better have one on too. Buckle up.
Hey man.
But no, appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Tune in next week, and I hope you guys have a good 4th of July.
Be safe.
Be safe out there. Don't blow your damn hands off.
Yeah, don't do no JPP.
Don't blow nobody else's hands off. Don't blow nobody's car up, or don't blow nobody's house up. Okay. Enjoy that good barbecue from wherever, if you're in the Kansas City area, wherever you live at, wherever in Chief Kingdom where you're at, you're listening to. Have a good 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? Be safe. Enjoy your family. Don't be fighting, slapping your auntie and all that stuff and doing all this other extra stuff, man. All that extra curriculum stuff.
I don't know. Some aunties might deserve that shit, bro.
Don't be talking. Don't get petty with you. I know she get on your nerves because she's asking you why you ain't married, but you know, it is what it is.
And then you hit it with auntie, why you married? Why ain't you married?
Yeah. You're on your 5th husband. Anyway, until next week, people, we out.
Not number 5. Hey, got more rings than Aaron Rodgers. That's crazy, bro.